hope that works. Right, so welcome everybody, Happy New Year. We're just going to start with a basic warm-up. We're going to make sure all our joints are warm, and then we're going to go through the, let's have a look at the, we'll look at one bit of a form. Yeah, let's start with a kicking bit. Look at the kicking bits of the form. So just have your feet shoulder width apart, relax the shoulders, breathing in and out, and then and do we want a half-time tea break?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Due to popular request, quarter past. So if you can pay attention, rule 5, know when it is tea time. Yeah, so I've had to get my really old laptop out because my new one needs a bit of mending. So this one actually needs mending because the screens are all broken, but it still works. And but it's a bit slower than my other one, and it doesn't always work. But keep breathing some more. Very good. So we're just turning the waist. We want to sink the hips back and down. Head floats up. Very good. So you want to make sure your knees are in line with the toes. So yeah, with my Christmas money, I got these shoes, but I don't like the toes because the toes are pointing in, well, this bit, and they should be pointing forward. It's really off-putting. I mean, they're okay, and they are kind of bright, but the other thing is they're not as bright as what I hoped. They look brighter online than what they was in real life, because I like to get really hideously bright, nasty, bright shoes, because then people can see my feet. So, oh, the internet's being silly. Oh well. I don't know how much of this class will get recorded, because the internet wasn't, you know, when we texted, I'm really sorry, the internet's not working. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like the cold either. It's gone on strike. So we want to keep our feet shoulder width apart, sink the hips back and down. So nice and tall. Oh, it's so good to be back. I mean, I did like having a break, and it was very nice. But your body misses it. You start feeling, and I was doing little bits of practice in that, but not, you know. I'm looking forward to seeing my teachers again, so that's good. Keep breathing, very nice. Okay, so we're just letting the shoulders relax. We won't spend too long loosely. Let's just do a bit of bounce. Now, bounce is really useful in cold weather, actually. And we're just bouncing. So, yeah, and then I'm just talking about Healthy You Festival. So all through the whole of January is a thing called Healthy You Festival. I might even look it up on the interwebinar. Tea break, yay. Tea break. The Healthy You Festival, it's a whole month, all of this month of all sports online. So you don't even need to leave your house. And I'm doing it was Tai Chi for relaxation, but it was actually Tai Chi for freezing to death. I was outside in that car park when it was all snow. It was snow everywhere because I only had a certain time to do the video in, and the only time I had was on a Monday afternoon in the freezing cold car park. Boy, was I cold. It was horrible. Yeah, I'm not like Barry, who just needs to put his Speedos on and roll around in the snow and go for a swim in the Lido. You know, I had to put. I was like, oh, do you know, it was too much, really. I'm like, you know, I'm glad you're doing that. I don't want to see that, Barry. I a towel on. Dear, oh dear. But yeah, did you? Yeah, my teacher in the Lido, and he goes underneath and he holds his breath and comes up because he's doing this. He's been doing his qigong breathing exercises with his teacher. So, but yeah, okay. So keeping the bounce. Now we do a bouncy. This is a bouncy one, and then you can bring your arms up and down the body. So this is one I learned from Mike, and just sort of warm yourself. So the theme for today is keeping warm. So we're going to be keeping warm.
We actually, when the money like this, we actually place when we were. Oh, a big circuitry.
Oh, fantastic. Do you know that eating place is well nice? It's really, it's a bit scruffy now because it's quite, you know, compared to some of the plush gyms, but it's definitely the cheapest and it's the friendliest. So it's really friendly. Everyone's so nice, aren't they? The reception. And funny as well.
What's going on? But the rooms are lovely.
Yeah, the rooms are great equipment, spot on. Actually, it's all the latest stuff. It's just, you know, it's been around for a long time. And there are charities, so that's good. So let's do this one. So just keep the arms, just really feel that you've got a bit of vibrancy in the fingers. So yeah, I was doing quite a bit of cat sitting over Christmas. I've not forgotten our coffee thing. We will sort it out. Definitely. It's just trying to work out when and how. But it will happen. So keep breathing some more. How are you getting on? Yeah. Well, that's the problem with it, that you're not doing. I mean, that's why we are not overdoing it today, because we're easing ourselves into the new year and not trying to, you know, snap it. And the other thing is, over the Christmas, quite a lot of people have been going down with the COVID and the flu and the colds and the whatever else, and you've got to look after yourself. You know, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we turn the palms up. That's it. Fantastic. So yeah, I did freezer size. I was all right, but the problem was I needed an extra layer on. If you're going to do something silly, like go train outside in the snow, wear lots of layers, wear a hat, wear your gloves, you know, and then eventually you don't need the gloves on, but keep the hat on because you want to keep your core warm, you want to keep your middle bit warm, and you want to keep your head warm, because that's where the heat comes out of your head, and also where at least I did have a pair of tights and a pair of socks, but I should have worn a thicker pair of socks, I realised with hindsight, because it seeped in, you know. Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're just going to do that one. So just leggings, you've got to keep warm. But Mark, who I done my Tai Chi for rehabilitation training with, he teaches outside every Tuesday morning for Tai Chi in the park. He does this thing called Tai Chi in the park, and he's being paid for it by the council. And people turn up and spend an hour training with Mark. He just does the 18 set and the first part of a short form, not one that we do, but one that he does. And they train in the rain, they train in the snow, they train in thunderstorms, they're outside, but they all, you know, and one thing I noticed when I was doing my training at Birmingham, when we went outside to practice, he was just in a shorts and t-shirt, and we was all in coats and hats and things, and he might have had a jumper on as well, but it's had his shorts, because he's got so used to training outside, it doesn't really bother him. You know, when you see these post officers and that, post people, and they're out doing the post and they're all in their shorts, I can understand why now, because you just get used to it. So just relax, Just let the arms fall. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Marvellous. Oh, great. So just check the posture, and then we're just going to do that one. Not too many. And then we'll do the bigger version as well. We'll do the full, because the good thing about the extra, the loosening, the one with the fists, it's just really good for just getting your body connected, getting everything, just creating a bit more space in the joints. But yeah, if you are training outside, dress appropriately. What was that? Oh, okay.
I remember I used to join an event that only took place.
Yeah, the sunshine was on the screen, you can't see. Yeah.
And then it would be like April to September.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think, I must be ready, but this is the moment. By the time you've done them all, you just got used to it.
You got used to it, yeah, you get used to it, and that's what's happened with these students. You know? Some are quite, where they've gone to the free class because they have balance issues, and they just, and they just get there. Wonderful. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then what we do is we punch up in the air and let go. Punch up, let go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you stay upright. 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. It's good, isn't it? It warms you up, doesn't it?
I thought you were a separate one.
No. We go on to 20, go to 14. Barry says do 14. So I'm just doing what I'm told. 5, 6, 7. It really warms you up. 9, 30, 10 more. 10, 9. Oh, that's okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I've warmed up. I'm feeling warmer. This is good. This is good. So sink the hip, nice and relaxed. And we're just gonna do that. Just very gently turn away. Just let the arms naturally move. I'll just show you that from the diagonal view. So we're going like that. We're letting go in the shoulder joint. So you want to feel it right to the fingers. This is it from the side view. And we're all breathing. Keep breathing, very nice. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Wobbling. Yeah, your body just starts craving exercise, doesn't it, after a while? Now, it's been quite nice in the mornings. You can tell the spring's on its way because the birds are really singing quite nice songs at the moment. It's really good. So do check it out if you're practicing. And traditionally, actually, if you wanted to do it really traditionally, when Mark was training in Malaysia, he was training from 5 in the morning till 10. Then they'd stop for a bit and then they'd do an evening training. It's a long time, isn't it? 5 to 10. And Sam Moore in Chichester, he used to train between 5 and 10 every morning, and then he'd teach. So he'd practice from 5 to 10, and then he'd be teaching his morning classes 10 till 12. When he was younger, I mean, and before he got a wife. But I think he's had to change things a bit. But she teaches Pilates, so they're very into the biopen. Okay, so let's do this one. So you go like that, and then that's it. 2, we'll just do 10. 3, 4. Oh, this is better, isn't it? Okay. 5, 6. So just keep it nice and loose, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, fantastic. And then we'll do the turning one. So you have your hands like you're holding the steering wheel, and you turn a bit. And when you turn, make sure your knees are pointing where the toes point. So you're not moving your knees, you're just turning this bit. And you go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then we do the big one and the little one. So the big one, you kind of go like that, and then you do a little swing. So we do big one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Right, next is we go like this, you turn, make a square shape, you come back, stretch up, and then you do 2 bounces in the middle, and then you go like that, come back, go like that, and 2 bounces in the middle. Okay, let's give that a go. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. So feel where your weight's going. You have the weight in the middle. Now put your weight in your right foot. And then come back to the middle. Oh, fantastic. Okay, one more time each side. Oh, okay, that's starting to work, isn't it? Let's do some leg swings. I'm just going to swing the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then then leg swings forward, so just have your arms up. We're going to do 10 each side, so we're just going to swing the leg forward. Doesn't have to go too high, we're just warming up this hip joint a bit. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So just swing the leg 4. Show from the corner. 5, 6, 7. So it stretches the hamstrings a bit. 8, 9, and 10. Let's try that the other side. So I'm just putting my hands here just to keep them out of the way, so I don't whack them with my leg. So I'm going to do 10 swings. So we just literally like a pendulum going up and down, rather than if you're trying to actually kick, you sort of swing like a pendulum going up and down. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, nice. Okay, right. Next, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So making a circle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we go in the other direction. This one's a bit trickier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Nice. Done that. Okay, yeah. Let's do. We'll do the rotating at the hips, and then we'll do monkey king. We'll do polishing the table. We'll do dragon serves teacups. We'll do a little bit of stretching. We'll do some neck things. We'll finish the arms off, and then I think we'll have warmed up, and then that should be just in time for tea, hopefully. And then we'll have a little look at the basic. We'll look at crossfoot cross. So I was looking at crossfoot cross actually this morning. So because I've not been doing as much punching as I wanted to over the Christmas break. It's very good for getting your biomechanics, just in your coordination. Very good for coordination. Very good for getting your heart going. And then the other thing I'd like is to look at the kick with right leg, or kick with whichever leg, the snake creeps down, and then the kick. The kicks and the snake creeps down a bit, and just look at that as a thing. And we're looking at the second half of the form, and then we'll see how we get on. So now where was it? Oh yes, this. So nice and relaxed, and go to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back. So this is sort of still a 24-step class, but I've thrown in with the aerobic punching and kicking just because people seem to like it, and it will just help with the whole post-Christmas thing. Also, by doing slightly more energetic movements, you do get more energy, and also I'd like to look at the standing exercises and see what we can do. So, yeah. And don't forget to email me when you want links to things, and I'll actually sort that out. Now that computer I've got working, even though the other one, my main one, isn't. Okay, and then the other direction. Keep breathing some more, very good. Oh, that's nice. It's nice, isn't it? Just loosens it up. Let's do this one. So you stretch up, you make a fist, you turn, and then you come over, and it's like you're reaching down And then we come back up. So do this slowly. So we're not rushing this one. Make a fist, turn it, rotates in the shoulder joint, come over, that's it. And then we come up, down, up, over. Come back to the middle, down with one arm, up with the other, make a fist and over. Come back, down, up, make a fist and over. And back down, up, make a fist and over. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's do this one. Make until the fingers stretch up. Turn to your left. Keep your knees pointing forward. Turn to your right. Over to your left. Come back. Over to your right. Come back. Legs straight, back straight. Bend and just squat down if you can. Stretch forwards. We'll do that 2 more times. Stretching up, turn to your left, back to the middle, turn to your right, back to the middle, over to the left, back to the middle, over to the right. Legs straight, back straight, squat down, and then one more time. Stretch up. So it's different to the when you do the iron butterfly. Turn to the left, turn to your right, over to your left, come back, over to your right, leg straight back to the right. Yeah. Oh, marvellous. It's nice stretch that, isn't it? It's really good for the lower back. Okay, Monkey King takes a seat, polishing the table. Dragon serves teacups, which will be very good because after Dragon serves teacups, we're having tea. So, yeah, so it seems like so, with the Monkey King, so I'll just show from the diagonal view, and you want to plant your feet, so the feet very firm to the ground, the hips go back. The hands counterbalance the hip, and you want to keep, I'll just show for the people in the camera, nice with the fingers, real aliveness, and right to the ends of the fingers, real aliveness that counterbalances the what's happening in the hips. So I'll sink back, and it's up and back to take a seat, and then that's like that, and then I come back upright, and float up with the head, and sink the hips. So you've got that, what like a 1-year-old, someone aged between about 1 and 3 stand like this, really, and they have the nice balance. And then what I've noticed with the nieces now, they're about 8. One of them's got really bad, she just hunches all the time, terrible posture, whereas before they were very upright. But they've picked up some bad habits at school, but I knew that was going to happen. But you want to try and then, yeah, I mean, it was amazing because one of my students is kind of quite wonky in her standing, and it was because of school. When it was a very tall person, and in order to fit in, they made themselves smaller. They had to screw themselves up. So I said, no, it's perfectly fine to be tall now, and she's standing much better. She actually looks less wonky this year, which is great because I was very happy about that. You know, but you want to be upright and relaxed, and then soften. Just imagine the muscles being soft and sinking when you're upright, because you've got your kingdom, and you want to have a kind of, you know. Here we go. So I'll do it from the diagonal. Here we go. Monkey King takes a seat. We'll do 6 of these. 1. And then we come back up. Now, when Eva does it, she does it. So you want to relax the arms, really let go. So when you've done this bit, have a little bit of intention in the head, then just let everything go as you come back up. And just be nice and relaxed. That's it. 2, 3. That's it. Nice and full. 4, 5 and 6. Marvellous. Yeah, that's much better. So what you want to do, the other thing that's important when you're doing this is you want your knees in line with the toes. So when you bend your knees want to stay in line with the toes rather than coming in, especially when you come up. This needs to be quite, look, see, I'm not bringing my knees in. My knees are staying in line with the toes. That's better, yeah. So, and you want to lengthen through the spine. So this bit needs to lengthen like that. And then come up and sink. So there's a stretch in the lower back. I mean, it's a little, yeah, it's a stretch. You're still keeping that length. Okay. Polishing the table. So I just have a round shape, slightly different to how Mike does it, and also I'm going a little bit bigger. He does a small version now, which is actually harder to do, so we're sticking with the easy one. Sorry, Mike. And do check out Mike's classes if you get a chance to, because he really understands. He's looking at how it all fits together big time at the moment. So here we go. Ready and we turn. We polish the table. Whoosh. We come back. Put it back where you found it. Turn. 2. 3. So the hips swing opposite to where the hands swing. 4. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. 8's a good number for this one. 8. It just gives you a nice. Okay. Right. Let's do 10 dragon serves teacups. And then actually, before we have our tea, we better make sure our arms are nice and relaxed. So when we drink tea, easier. Okay, here we go. 1. 2. Oh, it's so nice doing this one. If you can't quite do it, just do something. 3. In a dragon-like fashion, it'll be fine. 4. Wow. So there's quite a lot of coordination in this. 5. We can break it down at some other point. 6. So yeah, just join in. So it doesn't matter if you're not quite getting the tune right, just join in. It's the joining in that counts. 8. And eventually, just by purely joining in, you do start to get it. 9. Or if you don't get it, it's fine because you're relaxed. And one more time, 10. Because, you know, it's a very, very useful thing, and whatever's being presented at you, to just relax, be able to relax, because it just gives you a little bit extra space to deal with it. You know, it's not saying that the thing isn't stressful, because normally the reason why you get tense is because you're in a stressful thing. So that's normal. But once your fight flight is finished, you know, you can go, am I being attacked by a saber-toothed tiger or a robber or whatever? No, I'm not. I'm just in a bit of a horrible situation. It's too crowded or whatever. I know. I'm going to relax. And so you feel the ground. You breathe, you feel your muscles snap. You think, okay, right, what shall I do now? I know I'm going to go to the cafe and have a nice cup of tea and calm down. And then off you go. And then you feel better and everything's fine. Or I'm going to go for a walk, and then you'll just sort of, it just gives you, or I'll write the email, but I won't send it yet. I won't send it yet. I will go and have a cup of tea and have a chat with my mates. Come back to the email. Do I need to change anything? Then I'll send it. Saves you getting into a lot of trouble just by relaxing. Yeah, really good stuff. All from Tai Chi, just relax. Oh, yeah. You know, I had to do a lot of relaxing while cat sitting. she was doing strange things, so I found a friend Brown. So why is this cat doing this? And she's been researching cat psychology and explained it all. Fantastic. Right, so let's just shake out our arms. It's getting nice and lovely. And then we go like this. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down. I love this one. 3, 4, 5. Reminds me of doggies. And shake. 2, 3. I like that one as well. 5, 6, 7, 8. Little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big circle. 1, 2. I love this one. It just makes you feel great, doesn't it? It's like going, woo! 5, 6, 7, and lovely. 8. And then we go in the other direction. 1. Just really lovely for the shoulders. Just feel that shoulders moving. Feel your shoulders moving. 6, 7, and 8. Fantastic. Posture check. Check posture. Like, good standing. Very good. We sit forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over and under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And shake. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like bounce. 6, 8, 9, 10. Great. Okay, so if you just put your left foot forward, we're going to just go cross, hook, cross, move around, cross, hook, cross, move around. We just do it for a minute. We'll have another look at it in slow motion after our tea break, but just to kind of get ourselves a little bit warmer. 7, 8, cross, hook, cross. 9, yeah, cross, hook, cross. And then slow motion. So you do your cross punch. We'll look at it. We'll look at them very slowly, like that. Cross, comes back, and then hook, cross. That's it. So when you do your cross, you want to sink that down like that. Cross, hook, cross. That's the footwork. Cross, and that is in line. Hook, that comes around. Or you can even hook, and you sink down with the hips. Cross, cross, hook, cross. And have a hand up here. Cross, hook, cross. And then with the fist, it goes like this. Cross, hook, cross. So the hook is a right angle. We'll have a look at that later. Okay, let's pause for a tea break. Yeah. Yeah, because this computer's quite a while back, 2008, and I'm giving it, and it's got a few little. The reason why I was giving it is because it doesn't. If you're writing something, the writing will then move to somewhere else on the page, and then you have to start again. And the guy who had the computer is a computer expert. I couldn't get it to work properly, but he, rather than chuck it, he said, "Would you like a free computer that's got quirks?" And then I got sick of the quirks if I was trying to write like handouts for class. And then I got so far, spent an hour on it, and then I had to start again. I thought, no, I've got to get a better machine. And also the Zoom video is not very good on that. It's very fuzzy because it's a very old. It's like 2008. What's that? 14 years old. For a computer is like a dinosaur, really. So anyway, the hook punch. So what it is with the punching, it's the legs you want to get right. So I like that, but I sink my hips. It's the legs and the feet, and you dig the foot in. So there are other ways of stepping. This is what I learned off of Ollie Batts, and he's very, very good, but there are other ways. So what you do is you keep your foot in front. So the foot in front stays in front, the foot behind stays behind, and it pretty much stays where it is. So you lift the foot, place it back down. So like that. Actually, let's do the front one. 2, 3, and sink down. Yeah, sink down. 4, 5. Now try the back foot. 1, 2, 3. So 4, 5. So you can actually lift the foot off the floor, or you can twist on the foot, which is what you're doing. You twist on the foot, and as you twist, you push down, which gives your hands the power. Now try the front foot. So turn 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to relax more. You want to relax, and you want straight wrists. Remember, straight wrists. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 4, 5, and then that will move slightly. Try and move the foot, almost like you're punching with the foot. So when you punch with the hand, you move the hand. So you want to move the foot. 1, 2, straight wrist. 3, 4, 5, and then the back foot. 1, 2, and I sink. 3, 4. It's a bit like when we were doing the Garuda spread its wings. It's a bit like you're doing that. Except you're doing that, and then when you do the cross, you're doing that. So with the Garuda spread its wings, actually it is. It's the same. I never realised. It's the same for the Garuda spread its wings. Let's try this one. So we come forward and sink down. So that's for the cross. 1, 2, 3, straight wrist. 4, that's better. 5, and then try it with the other foot. So you're not lopsided. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So one thing I've noticed, because I've started getting friends to hold a pad up for me to hit, because you can bluff a lot when you're hitting the air. You can bluff a lot when you're hitting the air, and you just think, oh, look at me, I'm really tough. And then somebody holds a pad up, and then I was doing my cross, and it was rubbish, because because of the pandemic, and we've been keeping a distance, I can hit the punch bag, but it's not the same as a pad with the person's holding, because the person, so what happens if you're holding the pad up, you move around, you hold the pad up, so for a jab, and then usually for a cross, if they're strong, hold the other hand up, because it's quite strong with the cross. But the problem is when you actually hit the pad, it feels a lot different. You can miss them really easily. If you don't hold it up properly for your friend, you can miss. And it's really hard work, and it really works the brain, and it really works. And then when we use the pads, we'd have to take our specs off because they could get damaged and fly off, or get hit in the specs by mistake. And because if you miss, you can hit your partner by mistake. So you've got to be very careful when you have another person, because you want to be kind to your partner, because if you whack them by mistake too often, they won't want to play with you. That's the problem. Oh, sorry. It's not much fun. But that's when you hold the pads, you kind of tense and then relax to give them something to whack. So there's an art to it. I'm not brilliant at holding the pads, because obviously I don't do it enough. So that's one of the reasons why I want to bring it into this class, because it's very good for bone density. Hitting things, but wearing gloves means you protect your wrist, and having a straight wrist as well. I've still got a little bit of damage from when got a bit over enthusiastic practicing my punching, but I foolishly didn't put pads on, and also I wasn't really paying attention. I just wanted to whack it. And then I went boom, boom, and I was like, oh, oh, and I've got a bit of a, that's why you want to English straight wrist. So when you do the cross punch, what I was noticing, I wasn't quite getting it through the pad because the mechanics wasn't quite right. I was noticing. So it comes like that. I'll come a bit closer. It comes out, 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 twists at the end. And as it twists at the end, that's when I'm sinking, and my knee and my toes and my foot is all pointing forward. And then it comes straight back. So it comes out, 1, 2. So cross punch, 3. That's it. So you want to come directly forward. So you want to set yourself up. So if you see these lines, you want the fist to travel along that line. So you want to go directly along. So I'm trying to get it directly along the tram line. So it's you want your, if you're right-handed, you want the left foot forward. If you're left-handed, right foot forward. I'm left-handed, so I have my right foot forward. So when I punch, I like this, and I'm traveling, I'm using my tram lines here, just to kind of make sure that that is a straight. So you want to go along the tram line, along the line, not across. So go really slow and practice your cross. So it goes directly forward. That's it, yeah. And you sink your hips. Now, when you actually get to hit stuff that someone else is holding, and you want your thumb there. The thumb is out of the way. Thumb is out of the way. That's it. 4, 5, 6. Actually, I'll show from the diagonal. 7, 8, 9. And you're not over rotating. 10. Just going to there. It's going from there to there. There to there. So it's just a little rotation and a slight bend. So when it comes out, the elbow stays down, 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 twist, come back. Down, 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 twist, come back. So there's no sticky outy elbows. They stay like you've got a narrow, imagine you've got a narrow corridor, and so you don't want to stick your elbows out. So the cross is quite tricky. The cross punch is quite tricky to get. The jab punch is quite easy because it just goes out like that, jab. Okay. Now the hook punch, we're going to do one on each side. So we're going to do front hook, rear hook, and we just practice that. Try it like this first, and then we'll break it down. So you want a right angle, right angle, right angle, right angle, right angle, straight wrist. I'll come a bit closer for the camera. So if you're watching this at home, the viewers at home, so like I said before, if you want to do this properly, go see Ollie Batts and Julian Morgan at the Cambridge Academy of Martial Arts. They actually do competitions in this, so they actually do need to be able to whack people, although they do semi-contact, so they're not whacking each other that hard, and they wear all proper protection and that. But they do it, so they don't just have the theory, they have the practice. So you want to think about, okay, that's not bad. Let's go back to this one. So we'll go back to this one and just turn and turn. So the first of the loosening exercises, what we're going to do is we're going to add a weight shift. So we transfer our weight, transfer the weight. So feel the weight transfer, feel the weight transfer. Oh, so we're going, I'll show you from the back. So you go towards your left leg, towards your right leg, towards the left, towards the right, towards. So what we're doing is kind of Tai Chi punching. which is looking at it from a purely biomechanical point of view and not worrying too much about whacking stuff, at least not until next week when we will be whacking stuff. And we're using the whacking stuff as a way of exploring the biomechanics. Whereas at the Cambridge Academy, they actually more interested in the whacking part, using the biomechanics to whack better, if that makes sense. Whereas we're kind of, oh, my biomechanics must be pretty spot on because I've given that a big good thump. Whereas they're more like, oh look, I've given it a nice big whack. Must have done it right, you know. So it's still ways of looking at something. So we're going towards that. Now lift the heel and just allow it to turn naturally. Allow it to turn naturally and feel. So you can see where, so you want it to swing naturally. So you want to let go. Go back to that. Let the arms go. Turn towards, go towards the leg. So let go. Don't stop. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Sorry. And then try that. Yeah, I watched that with my nieces. It's good. I preferred the second film actually. I thought it was more like cleverer somehow. It was like, oh, this is not the proper kind of ground-up story. I was surprised. Okay. So you want to just move it all together. So don't worry about doing it right. Just do it. Because you're whacking something. So it's not about. That's it. Now put your preferred leg forward. Let's just do this one. Forward and back. Forward and back. 4, 5. So the loosening has got a lot of. So remember, just keep your feet flat on the floor for now. We'll do the not flat on the floor in a bit. We're just building. And then now do this one. 2. So just feel the feet flat on the floor for now. We'll do the other version in a minute. Do the other version in a minute. So hopefully we're all feeling much warmer now, aren't we? Brilliant. I knew it would work. I knew it would. Right, now try that the other side. So we're just going forwards and back. We'll just show you from the side view, those viewers at home, forward and back. Yes, some of my videos have had like nearly 200 views for some reason. So it's like, oh my goodness me. So obviously someone's watching them. I ought to put a donations thing on. Yeah. Donations welcome. Yeah, because you know, I've got to eat. So now what we're doing is we're going to do this. So just let the arms swing and turn the foot. So when you. And then we'll just do these as like little punching exercises. I'm going to phone Ollie up this evening. He's training. He's teaching till quite late, but I'll give him a balance. Yeah. Okay. Now try. Just do a kind of more of a loosening exercise. Yeah, so you want it to go with the arms, with the body, yeah, with the body. That's better, yeah. And the foot in front, remember, front foot, rear foot, front foot, rear foot, front foot, rear foot, front foot, rear foot, and it comes. Oh, and then the other thing, let's do this, like this. Actually, have a foot forward, and we do this. Front, rear, front, rear. So it's just going down and up. Look, down and up, down and up, down and up. Start from the beginning. 1, 2, 1 and up, 2 and up, top, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, 90-degree angle, 90-degree angle. And then we put it all together, we get this. Yeah, it's a tough one. The cross punch and the hook punch, really hard. Uppercut, less hard, because you're going up. Shovel hook, less hard, I find. Downward punch is pretty straightforward. The cross punch and the hook punch, quite tricky. Okay, so now we're going to go cross, hook, cross. Cross, hook, cross. 2, 3, hook. 4, we'll do 5. That's better, everybody. 5. Right. And then we're going to do 5 more, but with a little kick. So that's the fouette kick. So you chamber, it comes around like that. That's the medium. So there's fouette, the low, there's medium, and there's high, but we'll leave the high till we've done more stretching. So you can do a low, and that's just as good because you're getting them in the shin bone. And actually, it's a lot easier to balance if you do a low kick than if you do a medium kick. It's a bit more wibbly wobbly, isn't it? Unless you do your balancing. So what we're going to do, we're going to go cross, hook, cross, rear fouette, front fouette, loop around. We're going to do that 5 times. Ready, go. Cross, hook, cross. 1, 2, move round. Practice it, and then again 2, hook, cross. So just do 5 in your own time. Oh, I'm so out of practice, ridiculous. 4, God, it's exhausting, even doing it 5 times. Oh, and then cross, hook, cross, kick. Yeah. Oh. Right, I think that's plenty, isn't it? That will do, won't it? Let's do some soft stuff, and then we'll just have a look at the kicking bit. So you do kick with right leg, grasp the tiger's ears, and then kick with left leg. We'll just have a look at that as well, because that will work the balance. But before we do that, let's just do nice things. So, breathe in. Oh. We're going to get a good workout in this, but not too good a workout. So in Cambridge Academy of Martial Arts, by the time you're about a quarter of an hour in, you are pouring with sweat, and you just want to collapse on the floor. So it's more like a homeopathic version. It's like, you know, it's a teeny bit, and I go, no, that's too much like effort. Let's just chill out again. I'm really slow. I'm one of the slowest people there as well. So it's quite good. So I go and see Ollie in the Cambridge Academy, get completely outclassed by there was an 8-year-old that can kick and punch better than me, you know. So that's, you know, just to kind of put what we're doing in perspective. But from a Tai Chi perspective, there's all sorts of interesting stuff. And I got okay to teach this stuff. And I said, look, I'm kind of semi-murdering what you're teaching me because I'm doing it really slow and really wimpy. Oh no, that's fine, because you're not making out you're an expert. So I was like, okay. So we're just doing that. Let's do one more. That's beautiful. And then we do wild bush flies. There we are. Oh, it's good. So after doing roughy toughy stuff, it's good to do soft things. So I'll probably have to change the name of this, won't I? Shall we call it 24-step and punching? Shall we change it? Because that's what we're doing, really. 24-step. Yeah, it's kind of Tai Chi fitness light.
Light.
We're doing the 24 step as well, but we're kind of doing more, it's more like a rinse version of what we do on Friday, isn't it? So 24 step punching basics. That'll do. That's what we're doing. Yeah, basic. We're not doing nothing hard work. Okay, and then let's just do this one. So come down, across, up, down, up. I'll think of what to call it, because it's not like advanced class, but it's still. I'll work it out. Oh, and the other direction, very good. Okay, so when we do, so we've just done a single whip, we've done wave hands like clouds, and then it's right way, block over left leg, kick with right leg, 1, 2, 3, grasp the tiger's ears. So for those of you at home, I'm doing this the way I would do it normally. I'm not doing the mirror side. So this is my right leg. And then I sink back, I turn, I push out, I gather on the hold, and then when you kick with left leg, you go to the corner first, then you bring your knee out, and then you kick with left leg, and then you go down into cat stance, and then you lift up the sock, and then if I am mirroring, it's like this. So that's it, and that's where we're going to. Have another look and work out where's the best place to be. Yeah. What I'll do, actually, I'll go over there first, and then I'll go over there. And those of you, I'll say right and left, so those of you following online, you'll know what foot you've got forward, but it will look different because of how it works. So normally I do the mirror, and then you do the mirror, but there's no zoomies here, so it's so we're going to start in left single whip, left single whip. So just go into single whip, and then I'll move over as well. So actually, let's go into single whip. So it goes like this: 1, back cat stance, left foot forward, right foot behind, 2, step your right foot back. Stroke down, 3, pick up the sock, 4, 5, single whip, 1, sink back, 2, 3, high pat on horse, 1, left foot forward, open the right hand, 2, block over left leg, 3, turn to the front, 4, and then bring your arms around. Now we're going to do kick with right leg. 1, lift up the knee, 2, kick. We're just doing the basic way. 3, then 1, 2, 3. Grasp the tiger's ears, nice and upright. 1, sink back, 2, turn. 3, push out, 4, gather on the hold the ball up over here. So you're in left cat stance, and then we go 1, come up, and 2, 3, and then that's it, on mirroring. So into there. Good effort, yeah. Yeah, there we go, you got there. Fantastic. And that's have another look, just watch. Yeah, demonstration. Yeah, there's quite a lot, that little section. I think what we'll do is we'll spend a couple of weeks on that little section, so we're not putting any pressure on ourselves to try and get it right. I've got to get this right now. So we're going to do it lots and lots of times, and because it has been a while anyway. So just to show you, so we've done that, and then what might be nice actually is if we go through the first 4 with the fasten gong to finish off. So I'll get hit with right leg. Sink back, turn, push out. So it's all in the feet and the waist. Kick with left leg. Oh, that was close. And then stomp like that. And for those of you who can't see through, it's like that. So this part, the Lao Gong point, goes in your lung 1 point. Chi Hu, I think it's called Chi Hu, Ki Hu. Sorry about my awful Chinese. Anyone that speaks Chinese, I apologise profusely for not being able to speak your language properly. So, but it's Chi Hu, Lao Gong, Chi Hu, and then you've got your Chuan point there as well. So then knowing a few little points is good. That's another thing on my to-do list for this year. Learn some more Chinese medicine and be able to pronounce the things better. Because it's like, you know, it's not right. So yeah, it's like okay, we don't want to overdo it today. So come round into a circle, we'll go through the first 4. Yeah, come round. We'll go through the first 4 of the fasten gong deep relaxation exercises. So we've got balancing yin and yang. So this is what you missed this morning, because we were going through, we were just looking at the first 4, we did them over and over because we had a new person, and we looked at a bit of silk breathing, and we had a maybe slightly longer than we want than tea break, but everyone was so tired, I thought, no, let's just chill out. So we do this, and then we lift the hip, lift the hip. So we're just doing the first 4. So this is the first one. Balancing yin and yang, and then we've got turning the wheel. So we start, it comes up, out, down, like a choo-choo train, and then the other hand comes up, forward, down, up, forward, down, and in, up, forward, down, and in. I'll show from the diagonal view. So it's still on. Oh, good. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So then we transfer the weight. We transfer the weight. There we go. Marvelous. So we keep breathing. Keep breathing some more. What a relief. Look at that. Fantastic. And then you can do it with the lifting the heels. So that lifting the heels is quite a useful thing when we're doing it for the punching. But I have been told adamantly by a karate guy, oh no, you never lift your heel when you punch because it won't work. Yeah, it all works. You can not lift your heel, you can lift your heel. The reason why I lift my heel is because Ollie does, and Ollie knows things. And also I've felt his punches. I've held pads up for him when he punches. He's got 2 new hips. He's in his 70s. He's absolutely terrifying. He knows, you know, so I'm quite happy to do what he says because he can do it. He can do it. Okay. And then, so that was, and then we've got the, this one. Remember that? Like that. This one's quite tricky because that way. Comes in and out. That's it. In, out. And then we just gently sway like a tree. So just relax more and copy what's going on. And don't worry if you're doing the variation, that's kind of normal. I wonder if the jazz club are back this year. Jane and her pals. Yeah. Yeah, in which case we better start soon. And then we've got this one. So we're like that and down. Actually, yeah, it is there. I thought I could say, I'll give him the key. So it's nice, someone's giving you a nice cup of hot chocolate and then you can down. Nice cup of hot chocolate.
How many parts is that?
There's 12 in total. 12 deep relaxing exercises.
We start with that one.
Yeah, it's like sometimes we start with it just to get in a nice chill space. And we're just going to look at we're going to look at it in lots of 4 so we can spend longer on it. Because there's little details that, because we went through all 12 and we got to the end and that was great. But now what we can do, now we've got there, it's a bit like if I'm reading a book, I'll read it right to the end in a rush. And then I'll go back and read it slowly, having known what the structure is. It's just how I work. And it's the same with this. I want to do all of it. And then I go, okay, now I've done all of it. I've got that out of my system. Now I can look at the detail and get it right. So that's what we're doing this year. We're getting the fashionable right this year. Okay, here we go. Just breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. That was like. There's a lot of it about. I can't go on Skype, self-employed. My boss is really nice. One more time. Oh, yeah, you know, give myself hot chocolate. Do Tai Chi. It's all good for you. Oh, marvelous. And one more time, and then we better have super young faces. Brilliant. And at least I'll be able to pay my hall hire. So just people, don't worry. Rub the face. Yeah, I think the jazz band, well actually a lot of musicians do like yoga and Tai Chi and parties and that. They should all come in. Yeah, just come along with that. Because they get a rhythm, there's a lot of rhythm in Tai Chi and they get it, you know, it's like they don't know the funny ones. So, yeah, okay, here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. And make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together. Yeah. Brilliant. Well done. So we'll very slowly we'll just work towards getting the cross right and the hooks right. So you might want to go cross, hook, just to kind of, because both of them punches are quite tricky. And then we'll carry on with that section of the form with the kicks and the single whip. Yeah, brilliant. And I'll stop the video. Stop the video. Hopefully it's saved.